Yogesh Raut has opened up about winning Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions, partly crediting his opponent's bad luck in a candid interview with the U.S. Sun. The dominant, if divisive, contestant is the most recent winner of Jeopardy's most coveted $250,000 contest. The 2024 talk is now re-airing, with the finals back on screen starting tonight, as part of the game show's summer reruns. After a series of brutal upsets in the opening round, it all came down to three powerhouse players. The finalists were Yogesh, 9-day champ Ben Chan, and 6-day champ Troy Meyer. Despite having only a 3-day winning streak in 2023, Yogesh triumphed, clinching the title in Game 6 of the intense, week-long finals. Yogesh admitted to the U.S. Sun that skill played a part, but his narrow victory largely stemmed from his opponent's misfortune. Skill and other people's bad luck. Like with any other kind of achievement, it feels good, Yogesh told the U.S. Sun over video about winning the tournament. I didn't come in with any kind of expectation. I played many practice games. I knew it was a game based on both skill and luck. When I succeeded, it was a combination of skill and other people's bad luck, he humorously added. At any point, until and including Game 6 of the final, things could have gone so many different ways. Yogesh elaborated, not mincing words about how a minor mistake on Ben's behalf won him the tournament. If Ben had turned his head slightly during his last daily double and seen the category he was in, he would have almost certainly won the tournament. Ben and Yogesh were one win away from the 3 victories needed in the finals when Ben, who went 6 for 6 on Final Jeopardy, misread the category on a daily double in the deciding match. Troy, who dominated earlier rounds, also lost 3 games in the finals from the lead by missing Final Jeopardy. Yogesh's consistency proved to be his greatest asset. Taken aback. Yogesh also offered insights about the 2024 talk, including the mood during its most shocking games. While his tournament didn't have the big names of the previous year, like Amy Schneider, Sam Buttrey, Mattea Roach, and Matt Amadio, it was much more unpredictable. It began with 27 players, the most extensive playing field ever, but the top seeds with the longest winning streaks went down in flames. Perceived frontrunners like 21-day champ Chris Ponullo and 13-day champ Ray Lalonde were blindsided one by one, the latter lost to Celebrity Jeopardy! Winner and literal actor Ike Barinholtz. Ken Jennings said the tournament had the most dramatic first round in history. Yogesh revealed that all the players gathered to watch each game together in the green room and were just as shocked as viewers would soon be at home. We were watching the games in the green room the same way people watched them at home a few weeks later, Yogesh said. We were taken aback by the same things that took people aback, Chris upset, Ray's upset, Ike almost making the final. It helped us remember it was a game and anything can happen. It's no secret that fans have criticized Yogesh across the board for his button-mashing buzzer technique and sometimes braggy Q&A stories, but he's unapologetic. I don't think I put much pot into it. If people find it funny, that's their business. If people find it entertaining, it's a TV show, and that's fine, Yogesh said on his buzzer style. Maybe if I changed it, I would have done worse. I find it hard to believe I would have done better. I don't know that I have any obligation to harm my own play because people find the way I treat an inanimate object objectionable, he continued. Blaming producers. Yogesh also criticized the producers, suggesting they didn't ask him to modify his on-stage demeanor when they could have. He implied fan-favorite champion Mattea Roach previously got staff guidance with how they came across, but he didn't. In one of their interviews, Mattea Roach responded to criticism of their on-stage behavior by saying that producers are always there and always have the option of stopping tape and asking people to not act a certain way if they think it's improper or causes a distraction. And that did not happen at any point in my run. Clearly, producers did not feel that way because they did not interfere. Yogesh also claimed that the producers dictated his Q&A stories, the majority about past quizzing feats, which soured fans on him going into the tournament. The big narrative being pushed about me is that I lacked personality and a sense of humor. They did lean in terms of the anecdotes, they essentially dictated what my anecdotes were. I know I got a lot of blowback, but I didn't choose what any of those topics were. He shared that this was the case for his initial run, and while he had a free hand during the talk, it was also the case for Masters. People who had a negative opinion of me were picking and choosing what they paid attention to, he added, but largely blamed the show for not anticipating his negative feedback. I don't think Jeopardy thought those would get as negative a reaction as they did. Masters player not thrilled. Yogesh's talk win catapulted him to Jeopardy! Masters Season 2, which aired in primetime on ABC in May 2024. He didn't founder there either, placing second and winning another $250,000. Victoria Gross walked away with the $500,000 prize, but he decisively outplayed Season 1's winner, James Holzhauer, who finished third. These results were also surprising, especially since Yogesh and Victoria were the only newcomers, and James had dominated the inaugural Masters. Yogesh said that James was not thrilled when he started losing. After the first game, James, cocooned a little bit. I got the sense he was not thrilled with himself and his performance, but that's how Jeopardy! Works. Yogesh also said he'd join Victoria and James on ABC's The Chase, if he's asked, and if it's renewed for a fourth season. Sure, if someone gives me the opportunity to make money off the skills I've spent my whole life developing, then yes, I'd be receptive to that. Yogesh will return for Jeopardy! Masters Season 3 in 2025, along with Victoria, James, and 3 more to be determined players.